Hello, my name is Mr. Davey, and today we're going to be talking about elements. This is a science lesson. So, first thing you need to know is what an element actually is. So last time when we talked about states of matter, or the structure of matter, not the states of matter, we talked about atoms. So what an element is it is a substance made up of one type of atom. So a substance made from one type of atom. So when you look at your periodic table, which we'll talk about here in a minute, it's listed with all these different elements. Oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, stuff like that. So each one of those elements only has one type of atom in it. So if you have hydrogen, it has hydrogen atoms. If you have oxygen, it has oxygen atoms in it. And that's it. Alright? But when you take two of these and combine them together, so you take two hydrogens and you combine it with oxygen, you get a compound. A compound is two or more elements combined. So an element is just one type of atom. A compound has two or more of those elements put together. Now if I tell you you have hydrogen and you have oxygen, those are two different things, right? They have their own properties to them. When you combine those two, they make water in a compound. So the properties of the individual elements are different than the compound that they make. Oxygen is much different than water. I hope that makes sense. All right? Elements all have properties. They have physical properties and they have chemical properties. Physical properties are stuff like hardness, your state, your melting and boiling points, stuff like that. Let's see if I missed any. Color. All right, those are all physical properties of an element. They also have chemical properties. The chemical properties can only be seen when they're changed. All right, so let me get the exact definition for you. Only evident when substances are changed during chemical reactions. So for an example, flammability. So a chemical property would be flammability. All right. So now that we talked about the physical and chemical properties, we're going to talk about the periodic table. All right, the periodic table, which this is a terrible representation of the periodic table. I probably should have got a map or something. But this is an example. This is the periodic table, just with nothing written in it, no colors. It's basically, I just drew the outline of it and made sure the rows and the columns were fine. So, this is your periodic table. It has all the elements on it. There's actually another little strip at the bottom of it. There is a lot of elements on there. All right. So what you need to know right off, each element, again, has one type of atom. So, groups, so this is how they're classified. They're classified into groups and periods. So groups are the up and down columns. All right, so this is a group, all the way over to 18. There are 18 groups in all. Now, left and right, you have periods. All right, so that's your rows. So there's 7 periods here on this one. And if you do a little bit more in the reading, it'll explain what the groups and periods actually mean. I'm not going to get into that here because I just want. So what I will say about groups is they have similar chemical properties. I hope this helped out a little bit. I know it's a quick video. It just basically goes over everything you need to know.